2010 GMC Yukon, low oil pressure. This is cold startup. Today's job is replacing the oil pickup tube O-ring. It's gonna be a lot of work going into just replacing this tiny little part. All right, while the oil's draining, I'm gonna get this skid plate off here. I'm hoping I can do this without dropping the front diff. I'm gonna try to just lower probably the passenger side. See if I can get it that way. A lot of people lower this whole front diff out of here, and I'm gonna try to do it without taking the least amount of stuff apart as possible. Gonna have to get this cross member out of here. I think that's a 18 millimeter. One thing that's a bummer is I just did the oil change on this like 2 months ago. So the oil's still in pretty good shape, basically going all to waste, so it's gonna get fresh oil again, is what it is, I suppose. It's gotta be done. Get the oil filter off, let that drain here for a minute. 15? Yes, 15. Okay. Skid plate's got some cracks in it. All right, gonna disconnect the front drive line. Give myself some more room. Should be able to pop this back, slide it back some, and get it out of the way. There, that can just sit there like that. I think I'm gonna get this front axle loose. Maybe let the passenger side come down. Let's see what that does. I don't know if that's gonna help, but I hope we can get it out by just doing that. All right, this bolt's a 19 millimeter. These ones I'm not gonna take all the way out. I'm just gonna loosen these as far as I can. Allow this axle to come down as far as I can get it. Wow. Well, let me get a big breaker bar on it. This is the first bolt that I found that my impact couldn't get off. Wow. There it went. Yeah. Jeez. Let's start with that. Let's go that far and see what that does. All right, 21 millimeter on this side. Well, I can see I need to go a step further and take this axle off so I can get this differential to lower down some more. So go ahead and do that now. 15 millimeter. And I probably should mark this. Mark it just in case. Make sure it goes back the way it came off. Let's see. Well, hopefully that's enough. It'd be nice if it was. We'll find out. Kind of just slides over. Take that plug off. These go right through the bell housing into the pan. Got oil cooling line block up here. Two 10mm bolts. Get that off. It's a little plastic cover right here near the starter, 10mm bolt. Get that loosened up and see if that'll be good enough to get this out. All right, there's another bracket right here holding this wiring harness up. I'm gonna have to get this off because it's bolted to the pan. Another 10mm. 10 mil all day, 10 mil for life. There we go. That's how you do it, you throw it. All right, now just take all the 10 mils off of the oil pan. I got most of them off. I got a couple more to go here. All right, I got all the bolts out. I got a pry on this thing. I kept thinking I was missing a bolt somewhere, but this pan is just really baked on there. This thing was on there. There we go. Okay. Got it broke free. Moment of truth. See if it's gonna come off. Kind of worried about this rack and pinion. Hopefully I can get around it. All right, looks like I gotta loosen up this rack and pinion. Hopefully I can just get it loose and let it hang down, and that'll give me enough space. All right. We got one side is 24mm. This side is 18. Okay, so that's just hanging there. All right, guys, it couldn't be done the way I wanted to do it, so I loosened up, took the bolts out on this side. Got a jack underneath here and just lowered this down. I still have this axle connected on the driver's side. And looks like it'll come out that way. The thing I'm having the most trouble with is this damn oil pan gasket is so baked on that it's like holding the oil pan from coming off. But there it is. So I think this is the original oil pan gasket because they like rivet it on or something, so this did not want to come free. I'm gonna have to yank that off and stuff, but the new gasket's coming today, and so now we're gonna pull this pickup tube out of here and get the new O-ring on. All right, got a 13mm bolt right here, bolts to the windage tray. I don't know why I always grab my manual ratchet when I have an electric one. There's a 10mm right here holding the tube in. And that's not on very tight, so when you go to put this back in, I can't really remember exactly what the torque specs are, but I want to say it's about 7 foot-pounds. It's hardly anything, so be careful. Don't want to strip this bad boy out. I think that's about 120 inch-pounds or something like that, if I remember right. But if your torque wrench doesn't do it in inch-pounds, go for 7 foot-pounds. All right, let's see if I can wiggle this out of here. Oh, looks like I got another 13 over here. I didn't see that one. Oh shit, there it goes. Okay. Okay, let's investigate. The O-ring doesn't seem to have any cracks or anything in it, but it does look flat. And there's some color discoloration there. So, yeah, I'm thinking it's probably due for a new one. Such a cheap part, but so important. Yeah, I can already tell the difference in thickness. Lube it up. All right, got the pan cleaned up, the surface cleaned up there, surface cleaned up on the block up here, so I'm ready to get my gasket on and put the oil pan back on. We'll be in business. Look at this though. Came a little wonky. That's how it got shipped to the house. Should be okay. I've seen other pictures of guys getting them that looked worse than this, so hopefully it's all right. All right, everything's buttoned up except for the skid plate and stuff. So I'm gonna get those on and then I'll be able to fill it up with some oil. All right, it's all back together. Cold start. We'll see what it does. All the oil is drained out, so holy crap, look at that. Picked the oil up now, didn't it? Wow. Idling at 40. I don't think it's ever done that since we've owned it. I should have did this a long time ago. Wow, that's nice. Wow. Never seen it do that before.